Okay, so I got a parole visit. A parole agent's already there. I was there, but I decided to walk because these people are using implants to give me the sensation of anxiety. And whenever I walk, I have the best feelings of I don't know what the sensation is, but walking makes you feel good. So I went for a walk, and now I'm heading back, and I'm almost there. Still listening to people with implants, still listening to people use technology. Electrocute my genitals, my ears, and my anus. Constantly playing with my anus and telling me to like it, electrocuting it and making it move. And listening to celebrities, politicians, famous people you've probably heard of, and making my eyes move wherever they want me to move, to look at crotches and kids. But I still choose to tell. I'm still telling. Oh, and people mouthing words like "be gay," and then somebody using implants to say the words "be gay" that they saw the mouth. Another agent?
Yeah, we just do double when we do homeless.
Okay.
Double staff. My name is Valerie. I just want to introduce you.
Yeah, cool. Alright.
I wasn't sure if your doorbell was working, that's why I texted you.
Okay. Alright. Step on it.
What's new with you? Anything?
Nothing.
Did you get a chance to call, you said Baton Rouge, right?
Yeah.
For the travel permit?
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to call them just to see about any registry requirements?
Yeah, I had to pay, and they put me on a list for graduation. No, I don't know. I think you have to pay for the cap and gown.
Oh, I see.
And
for the registry. Did you check to see
Oh.
how long you can stay there?
No, I never called the
Gotcha.
sex offender registry in Louisiana.
Because you only want to do, what did you say, just one night?
Yeah, so I think I'd be there for 4 hours, and then probably just go back to the airport,
Okay.
and then chill out at the airport until the next flight
Okay.
back.
It's kind of a long trip for a couple hours.
I think I always wanted to graduate from college, so I think it's pretty cool. And then I think under normal circumstances I would have been at the ceremony.
For sure.
So the 4 hour trip, the 4 hour period of time is I think it's a life experience you have to have.
Okay. Well, just let me know what you find out once you call I know that some people have trouble with certain states with their registry programs, like Illinois is really difficult to get a hold of. So if you can't get a hold of anybody in Louisiana, another option is just call the Baton Rouge Police Department, because they would have that information.
Yeah, I believe you. Okay. I'm sure the Baton Rouge Police Department, they'll be there when I get there. These cops keep stalking me. So wherever I go, whatever city, I've traveled all over Wisconsin. So when I go to locations, like when I'm delivering items somewhere, there'd be a police officer waiting at the corner of the stop that I'm going to deliver items to. So it's like I don't have to tell, well, I'm going to tell them, but I also know that these people are using people with implants to stalk me wherever I go. So they're using cops to harass me, like stalking police officers. And I don't know why that's really difficult for lots of people to understand. Police officers get caught doing this across the country, stalking people to harass them. And it seems like when I'm saying it, it's like no one's listening. or they're trying to ignore it as long as possible in hopes that, I get mad about it. I think that's the intentions. Like, well, if we don't say anything or do anything about it, what is he eventually going to do? Keep aggravating, keep stalking him, keep harassing him until eventually he decides to do something he hasn't done in the past,
Right.
or something stupid. But
Well, they want you to react.
right, so I'm sure when I get to Baton Rouge, there's going to be a bunch of Baton Rouge police officers there, prepared to stalk and harass me, just like the group of police officers that are doing it here in Wisconsin, wherever I go. So it's not. And someone's telling me in my ear, "Oh, you think you're smart," or "You think." That's what they just said. And then they just said, "We're trying to show you security so that you're protected." But I'm not protected. You're arriving to intersections at the same time I do. And that's not a form of protection. That's a form of harassment. It's like you're telling me you can stalk me, or you know exactly when I'm going to be at an intersection. And then you do it multiple times in a row to solidify that, yes, this is not a joke. We're not playing. This is not a coincidence.
Yeah, let me get
We
this.
are stalking you, and we are showing up to intersections.
I'm just gonna put my hair up. I'm sorry.
Okay, go for it. Go for it. No, we are showing up to intersections as you do, or to the places you go to as you do. So you understand this is clearly stalking.
Yeah.
And now, is that aggravating you? And then they top that harassment. They top that harassment with more aggressions. So you stalk, harass, and you add comments, misplaced comments, or subliminal comments, or something that gets you mad. Like subconscious, like comments that target your like not on the surface of the conversation, but beneath the surface or on the side, like side comments or something that makes you think about things that not associated with what you're doing, that are aggravating, that would aggravate you if someone distracted your thoughts in that direction. So you get stalked, harassed, you're already aggravated as you reach the location. Then when you get to the location, somebody's saying or doing things to you that you don't like. So it's like someone is building an aggravation so that one more or another aggravation or something would piss you off enough to get you mad. But I think it's and then a sexual harassment on top. So then you arrive to the location, somebody will bend over and then point their butt at you. And then act like a complete female, or pull their pants down and show you their butt crack, like act like a woman. So a dude will act like a woman, bend over and show you his butt crack, or stick their tongue out like this and look at you. Or some kid will grab a straw and suck on the straw. Well, use his tongue to move the straw around, or flick their tongues out up and down. So things like that keep happening. Everywhere I go, people are sexually harassing me or mouthing the words as I look in their direction, while someone is using implants to say exactly what they're mouthing as they are looking in the opposite direction, but their mouths are still moving. So
I want to bring up, I got a call,
okay.
coincidentally or not, this morning from somebody that lives out of state that saw one of your videos. And his only concern, he just wanted to make sure I was aware, and I told him I was aware, but there was a comment you had made about the voices or the technology telling you to hurt.
I've already told you this.
I know. No, I know. And
Yeah.
I just want to let you know that I got the phone call, so I'm assuming that I've gotten phone calls about the content of your videos before, and we've talked about it, but just...
This is the first time you've told me you gotten calls, though.
No, remember the neighbor? I told you about the neighbor?
Oh.
Yeah, that was
Maybe.
months ago. This guy is not from, he says he's not from around here, he doesn't know Madison, but he was only concerned about the comment, and I tried to be as gentle as I could with distinguishing between, this is what he's being told, as opposed to this is what you're being told, as opposed to this is what you believe. This is what you
I
want
think
to
I've made that obvious. I think I've made it pretty obvious that I'm not making threats. Well, it's illegal. Well, then I would get in trouble.
This is perception. So I just be careful with some of this stuff, because he was genuinely calling because he was concerned.
In an
he
attempt,
thought that it was a apply
Yeah.
for help, and
No,
I tried to
no.
explain to him,
He's instigating or trying to lie. He's lying to you. He's questioning your perception of his intentions. So obviously he's hiding. His true intent is to have this person stop telling.
right,
And
I see where you're coming from. I just want to bring it up because
and I've never made it
Yeah.
any way
talked
misconception that possible misconception that I'm referring to myself
Right.
harming other people.
Right.
It is clear as day. And even if he thought it was me, then his problem with me would also be a lie. He thinks it's schizophrenia or he thinks I'm in danger. Then you're just calling me a liar. So there's no mental health issue. You just have a person who's not schizophrenic and lying to somebody. And if he is lying, he's still telling you that somebody else is encouraging him to commit a crime.
Well, I just
and
wanted
that's
to make sure
and that's
I
not
told you,
yeah.
to keep you on the same page with
With-
that. I just wanted to.
No, I've never changed, and I think this is another psychological harassment. Because clearly, if somebody were to look back at what you just told me, they know plain and simple that and they also watch the videos. They would know
You
I've never had,
distinguish between-
and I've been saying the same story for over 5 years. Well, since these people started turning these implants on. So the threat that he felt that somebody was going to be harmed after 5 years of telling the same story is also asinine. That the man is telling. He's not threatening anybody. He is clearly telling. So you calling me is like a hidden effort to actually get me to feel differently about his comments or to change my perspective or opinion about him telling, and maybe even to get me to ask him to stop telling or whatever, or to psychologically harass him to make him feel like people are against him. Maybe that's what you want me to call and want me to convey to him. People are against your videos, or people feel threatened by your videos, and make me insecure about continuing to tell. But that's not the case.
Well, I was clear with him about, the fact that these are statements, these are not, regardless if these we're not making specific threats, and that I did make it clear the distinction between what you've shared with me, what you've had on your videos. I don't know how many videos he's seen, but this was just a more recent.
He's a liar. And the same person that you're referring to, calling you, talking to you about my videos, the same person probably texting me in the middle of the night and telling me I'm a fag or you're gay.
Yeah.
So I tweeted what somebody recently sent me. They sent me 2 text messages. One text message was, "You're a faggot. Everyone thinks you're gay." Calling me spam. What did he say? He said, "You are." He said, "You're a."
Just a random, but it looked like an out of state.
It happens. It happens all the time.
Just random numbers calling, texting.
They're
you
gay
names?
dudes. They send me homosexual pictures, or like 2 dudes with their penises twisted together, or like "you're a fag" comments, text messages.
Do you have, and I know this is a stupid question, John, but have you posted your contact information online?
On my resume, but then someone would have to go find out that I
Not on
haven't.
social media, right?
Yeah,
Not-
it's somebody. So it had to be one of the people who somebody who knew I had a resume. So I think it started from, well, that's the only common place you can find my phone number is on my resume, and that's public, but that's for employers only.
Right.
So maybe some employer is feeling that I'm harassing them, or like they hate someone. They miss. Harassment is a poor word to use. They applying to work for them while telling them that people in the gay community are harassing me in my personal life is what they call harassment. So telling is a form of harassment to other gay community members. So if you're telling on me, you're harassing me. Is their psychology. And if you're harassing me, I have a right to defend myself. But I'm telling on you because you're harassing me. So it's not harassment to tell. I don't know. It's like some crazy psychology they got going on.
Yeah,
It's so some guy this morning said, "Hey John, remember me?" And then later on, I blocked his number. He texted me out 10 minutes later from a different number. So,
Oh my gosh.
some really angry gay person decided to text me, but that's irrelevant. I mean, it's just relevant. It's like someone is using implants beneath the surface to scare me,
Yeah.
and then they're trying to use people in plain view to make whatever threats they've been sending or telling me for years beneath the surface more threatening. Use an actual person instead of using like a cell phone to scare somebody. Use a physical person in front of your face to make that you feel afraid. Make that person feel afraid. Make your threats like have gravity or like have weight. Put weight behind the verbal threats you've been we've been giving you for years. Have sex with gay people or continue to see these threats.
Yeah, I was not aware that you were getting those kinds of text messages.
Yep.
Listen, I am dying to eat.
Oh, go for it.
And
It's usually really cool.
it's nice and you would think it would be cool down here, but I'm dying a little bit here. I'm very sensitive to the heat. No
Oh, yeah.
offense to your- Okay, so keep me updated on what you find out from Baton Rouge. And then I don't have any problem giving you the travel permit. Any updates on the job search with like CDL positions?
No, I haven't. I've been applying everywhere. I have gone to several interviews. I have one offer, but I'm not certain. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm going to take it because so somebody is being very seemingly manipulative. It seems like manipulation. I have two reasonable offers. One from a company that represents energy. They send fuel out to people, and another company that represents gravity. So that company buries people. So a company that promotes life, or a company that and these are the two concepts that I've been stuck thinking about for the last few years, and how they play out in reality. But these two companies are the most interested, and so far the first company, I have to wait to see if the company that delivers fuel is willing. I mean, I get the hazmat required, and that takes a few, like 2 months to pass the background check.
Okay.
So I gotta wait to see if I do, and if I do, I can work for them. If I'm probably gonna take the company that represents gravity, and they pretty much put it on their business card. A life well lived is remembered. We remember a life well lived. And in order to do that, you have to store energy in gravity. So the life of that person is stored in the ground. So
that might be a good fit for
yeah,
you.
it's a physics it's a physics idea. But yeah, basically these people are trying their best to manipulate my life from a distance. So
Okay.
and give me the two job offers that represent the two
I hope
things.
you got some offers, because you worked hard for that in a short amount of time, so I hope you get something soon. Just text me and give me, anything, if there's any changes or updates, okay?
Yep.
I gotta hit the road, it's almost noon,
Yep.
okay? I appreciate your time.
No problem.
All right, I'm gonna get some air now.
Okay, cool.
Melting.
Yep.
I'll see you next time, John.
Yep. Oh, it is not hot in here, man. It is always cool. It's implants. Somebody was using implants to make that woman sweat. Every day I walk in this apartment, every single time I walk in this apartment, it is freaking cool. It is so cool. It's never been hot. I'm on the bottom floor. I don't know if people have apartments or you've ever lived in an apartment, but when you live on the bottom floor, it is so cool when you walk in. You don't even have to use the AC. I don't use my AC. I save my money. It is so cool. I guess I guess she wanted, someone was using implants in her body, in my body, because I am sweating. I am sweating, but like I just said, I was in this apartment all day today, and I was not sweating. Oh, I just was walking, so I was just walking, so maybe that's why I'm sweating. But even still, I walk in this apartment. It's like a freezer down here. So not a freezer, but it's cool. It's like a brisk, cool breeze. So out there it's hot. You walk through this door. It's like a brisk coolness as you enter your apartment. Usually, there has been every single day for the last for several years. Well, for years, in the summer. What else is happening? So they were using implants to stop me from talking as well as I can. And my parole agent, yet again, is trying psychological harassment. Sneaking association, association. So if you say someone says something bad about you, instead of addressing that directly, you could address the association. What's the association to someone telling you that they think you're dangerous? Well, your comments are dangerous. Well, your comments, the direct message was, I don't think, someone told me that your comments upset them. And now you think about why you consider the association with upsetting comments. So the association with upsetting comments is very large. It's a very large area of thoughts around comments that people tell you are upsetting. Now you have 1,000 different associations to lead someone into thinking about. So then you add another association. You add another direct message. A hint that you're scared. So when you say that people think your comments are upsetting, add a hint of fear to the way you speak. So say at the same time, I'm not good at acting, and I didn't come prepared. But if you were to say, hey, someone thought your comments were upsetting, I don't know how to act like I'm afraid and say what I just said. But if you do, you can make somebody think about what upsetting comments are to people and lead them in a direction that people are afraid and lead them towards thinking that people believe they're dangerous. So now you got this person thinking, am I dangerous? And now you got this person thinking about the dangerous things they could do. And now you got them, now if you leave them there, if you find a way to leave them in that world of psychological thinking, you can hopefully get them to think about doing dangerous things someday when they're either writing those comments or when someone acts like they're afraid. So it's it's like grooming or psychological tools to control people's actions. Get them to think about doing things and then trigger an action that makes them think about, trigger that action with harassment. Trigger something that makes them think about doing the bad things you wanted them to start thinking about to other people. So these people are normally not thinking about dangerous things until you start to distract them or lead them in a direction that makes them think about doing dangerous things. That's all you got to do. That literally all you have to do is psychologically harass somebody. So my parole agent supports the gay community, and if the girl she was with was also gay, so she is grooming the girl to become her someday. So they hired and raised another gay community member to be a parole agent to gay community members or people that are accused of being gay. And the girl, when I immediately saw her, said, "Be gay." So if I was sexually attracted to her image, well, the boundaries of her figure, her figure, and I was thinking about having sex with her, which is I wasn't, but you can't ignore the boundaries of her figure. If that's true, if you were thinking about that, she mouthed the words "be gay," and while not looking at me, to give me the hint that if I was thinking about having sex with her, I'd have to be gay. So that girl likes anal sex, and the way they tell guys this is they say, or they'll say it out loud. They'll just say it out loud. You have to be gay. I don't know why these people are mouthing these words. Oh, they don't want to get caught. So most people, when they're in their teenagers or 20s and they're confronted by the gay community telling them to be gay in order to have sex with them, those people won't tell anybody. They won't post it on YouTube. They won't tell the world. But now that I'm upset, well, not upset, but now that I'm at an end to the harassment and I started telling, they would be caught. I would be catching these people saying these things on camera, or I would immediately record them. So now they have to do it sneakily. They have to do it quickly and out of view of the camera to get away with it, to continue, well, to never be caught, just like they would never be caught if I was a teenager who never carried a camera with me, or never thought about telling the public what this gay community member just tried to get me to do. They just tried to get me to have sex with gay people in order to have sex with them. And this woman is a parole agent. So she inappropriately did something she was not supposed to do. She's not supposed to mouth the words, be gay, and get away with it, or to a parolee, especially when you're at work. So that's a form of sexual harassment from the gay community. So I don't know. It's kind of rape. Well, someone's telling me in my ears, you sound like you're saying she's trying to rape you, but they didn't have a logical way to tell me that. They don't have a support for that statement, so they didn't say anything after that. But the reality is, you can sexually harass somebody. So I think it's sexual harassment if somebody looks at you and then you know mentally that you have a figure that makes people attracted to you, and there's a good chance this dude is going to be sexually attracted to you, you can sexually harass him by saying, be gay. If you want to have sex, or if you're attracted to me, if you're attracted to the way I look, and then you can use your body to sexually harass somebody. And then on top of that, you can add to that sexual harassment by telling them to be gay. And then you can look like you would never have sex with that person simultaneously by clearly displaying sexual assets. It's like psychology. So some girls use their bodies to attract dudes to them. And then when those dudes are clearly attracted to them, the girl whose motive was to never have sex with that person in the first place suddenly switches to a person that's entirely unattracted to that person, or does something aggravating to that person. So they're trying to get somebody to think about violence, anger, and sexual harassment in the same picture to create a rapist. So that girl was being groomed to harass people accused of being gay in a sexual, aggressive manner to create a rapist. So she's practicing. So my parole agent and that girl were both practicing. Grooming. She was grooming the girl to harass people who aren't gay, or